Well, here he comes again, this time in 3D. Today is release day for the enhanced re-release of the Oscar-winning film Finding Nemo, and fish stores are bracing for a clownfish run.
Gotta love those fish. That's just what happened when the original movie was released back in 2003. And all new at 6, Jim Swift tells us there's good news and bad news about what's coming.
I don't want to go to school. 5 more minutes.
Not you, Dad, me.
When the original Finding Nemo emerged from the ocean depths, Brent Donnell was working at a fish store in Fort Worth.
There was a movie theater almost right next door, and they'd stop and, want to see the Nemo fish, want to see the Nemo fish. And so we ended up selling a lot of saltwater and especially reef aquariums so that you could have a percula clown and an anemone together.
Nemo, don't move! Don't move! You'll never get out of there yourself. I'll do it.
People wanted both because, just like in nature, Nemo and his dad lived in a symbiotic relationship with an anemone. But, as it turns out, replicating all that in a fish tank can quickly get a human being in well over his head.
Saltwater aquariums are particularly hard to do, especially when doing a reef tank with an anemone and a percula clown. They take a little time and effort to get started and a little money.
A little money, indeed. At the Rivers and Reefs Pet Center in South Austin, an orange clownfish like Nemo can cost $20. But that is just the beginning.
To set up an aquarium that he could be happy in, I would say it would be upwards of probably $350, $400, depending on the size on the smaller aquarium. And of course, bigger aquariums are always more stable and easier way to go. So you could easily spend, $800, $900 setting up an aquarium just to put a little percula clown in.
And because of the complexity involved in a saltwater aquarium environment, some clownfish sold in the wake of the Finding Nemo movie success wound up being returned. Or worse, they wound up dead.
It sounds like a really great idea to begin with, and then sometimes it's just a little too much work.
Now, all of this is not going unnoticed. Just this week in San Francisco, the Center for Biological Diversity started a campaign to add little Nemo and his buddies here to the endangered species list. The center says that orange clownfish and 7 other damselfish dependent on coral are threatened by increasing oceanic acidification, climate change, and the marine aquarium trade.
All of our fish are bred in captivity and are not wild caught.
Do you know where my dad is?
Honey, your dad's probably back at the pet store.
And in fact, Donnell looks forward to teaching children just those sorts of lessons when they begin to pour in after seeing Finding Nemo 3D.
The movies definitely help perpetuate an interest in marine biology and how it affects our world.
In South Austin, Jim Swift, KXAN News.